Hey, what's going on, everybody? JJ Wilson here, and at long last, for many eons, there is a new update on the manga series GANGSTA. That's right, chapter 55 has been translated in English, so I'm going to look over the chapter for you guys. I've only managed to read it a few times, so some details I'm probably going to end up missing out, and if you would like to, you can go ahead and point those out to me as I go over the review. And after looking over this chapter, there's basically two key conversations. The first one is with Worick and Bernardo. Bernardo is one of the lackeys for Uranos Corsica. The second conversation is Uranos Corsica himself, along with his butler Victor. So those are two key conversations that are happening within the chapter. And before that, let's go ahead and go to the beginning. Now we get to see Alex's little brother, Emilio Benedetto. And of course, we know after reading several chapters by now, he's with the Destroyers, the third group. And he's in charge of logistics. So basically, he's kind of like their errand boy in a sense. Because obviously, I guess between the five of them, he's the weakest one. And I suspect he's actually a normal, unless that's, a surprise later on in the story. But for right now, I don't think he's actually a Twilight or a superhuman normal. But anyway, he's in charge of logistics, and he saw some signal flares outside in the middle of the night, and it's by this group that we're going to find out later. And he's telling Colt, "Hey man, come on, get your ass in gear, we gotta go." And then the next scene, Colt is playing with a kitten. So I guess Colt, as stoic as he is, he likes little cats. He likes to play with kittens on his spare time, I guess. And Emilio's like, "Man, we're gonna get in a lot of trouble if we don't report this information to Corsica right away." So I guess Emilio's mission at the time was reconnaissance of Gaslam. And so and Colt, he finally understood what Emilio was saying. He's like, "Yeah, not a moment to lose." And the next thing he grabs Emilio, then they're jumping over the rooftop. So it's something it's something Emilio doesn't really like. He doesn't like to get dragged by his teammates hopping over building to building, because of Colt's ability as a superhuman normal. And so here we have one of the conversations. Before that gets started, this is what Worick is doing right now in Corsica's estate. He's going over all these books about the city of Gaslam. And he's basically overviewing how the city was founded. He kind of goes into detail, and he starts to understand why the city is designed the way it is. Basically, it's just to keep the Twilights caged and watched. They're just it's almost like livestock. They're just being overlooked by, I guess, the outside forces, being the government. So they're just walking around, and they're trying to survive. They give them some information to learn about themselves, but not enough to actually make any difference to change the situation. So that's basically what Worick is describing. So the very next page, we get Bernardo here, and he's kind of joking around with Worick and stuff. Of course, he's being nosy because he tried to do that in the last chapter, but Worick warned him not to get too deep into what he was trying to do in Corsica's estate. So, but this is a little bit more personal. It's nothing crazy that Bernard's trying to do. He's just trying to figure out Worick a little bit more. That's all. So he goes in there and he kind of jokes with him, like, "You know what? I don't like calling you storage. It sounds too long, even though storage is kind of a short word, but whatever." He said, so his new nickname is going to be Rage, or Raj, or however you want to pronounce it. So that's Worick's new nickname in the chapter, Rage. So basically, Bernard is telling Worick's job in this operation that's going to go down at Gaslam. So they're part of the diversionary tactic operation. So they're going to use the third destroyers as a decoy, and that's going to allow the main forces, what we're about to learn in a second, these guys are going to come in there and they're going to start killing off all these innocent Twilights that are abandoned, like reckless abandon. And Bernardo and Worick are just there to make sure things go smoothly, pretty much. So that sounds like that's what the diversionary part of their mass operation is going to take place very soon. But then Worick, kind of, you know, being as insightful as he is, as Bernard describes, he goes on to say, well, what you mean to tell me really is these main forces are actually normals. And they're going to make their grand entrance. Is that what you're telling me? And Bernard's like, yep, that's exactly right. And so the very next scene, we're in the Club Pussy. And these mercenaries, these normals, these experts of killing twice, they come in there, they make their grand old entrance. And so all of the whores inside the club, they're wondering, what the hell? Like, who are these guys? They're trying to figure out what's going on. And Corsica's like, he's rest assuring everybody inside, like, there's nothing to worry about. They're just here. They're going to be here for a couple of days. You know, they have to do their work. And we promise that no harm will be... And we promise no harm will come to you. So everything's going to be alright. And I guess the girls and the workers realize this, and they all start huddling after this. This is kind of a badass scene right here. I mean, you got all these women like on their knees over Corsica, man. Like, this is such a G picture right here. And then they're just begging Corsica to get rid of these Twilights, because a lot of them, it looks like they've been raped and abused by these Twilights. Whether they were inside the Sea of Ergasmo or maybe outside. But man, it was surreal. And so we have Worick looking on from behind this crazy scene right here inside the club. And Bernardo's right there behind him. He's asking, hey man, you don't want to go over there and offer up a prayer too? Don't you have some things you want to get out your chest? And Worick's like, nah, I've had my fair share of prayers that last me many lifetimes. And then here comes Emilio. He's back from his mission. He's about to make his report. And he has to do it for Bernardo instead of Corsica, since Uranus Corsica is occupied at the moment. And so he reveals himself to Worick and Bernardo. And this right here is the first time the two meet, Worick and Emilio. So Bernardo has to run off because he gets a cell phone call. And Worick takes a good look at him, and Emilio greets himself, but then Worick flat out says, Emilio Benedetto? And Emilio's like, wait a minute, how do you know who I am? Have we met before? And then Worick's like, no, this is our first time we met, but man, is the resemblance striking. He's talking about Alex, and now he knows that that's her little brother in the flesh. And so the second part here of the chapter, this is what changes Worick's current situation already, as far as what's going to go down in operation. So Victor is talking with Corsica inside the room, and he can't believe what he just heard. So he has to repeat the question, like, what did you say, sir? What did you mean by that? And Corsica's like, yeah, I'm going to have Worick put in charge. I'm going to place him in command of the 3rd Destroyers. So he's going to be in charge of the young kids, Cole, Sig, and Emilio, since Stryker is injured at the moment, and Beretta is kind of probably going to be playing medical aid for him. So I think that's what's going to go down. And Victor's expressing his concerns about Worick, like, this is too dangerous, I don't trust that guy. And Corsica, he doesn't give a shit about that. He's laughing about this because he feels like this is going to really shake things up, because he wants to know where Worick's mind is at, which is why he's going to put him out there in the fire in the middle of that operation like that, by placing him in charge of these young hunters here, the destroyers. So he's telling Victor, because it's fun like this, why else? It's fun this way. Yeah, man, he's picking at Worick's brain a little bit by making this move. He wants to see just how badass gangsta he really is. And finally, the last few scenes here, Emilio is kind of sitting alone in the alleyway. He's reminiscing about Alex, all the time they had together, and he can't believe she's still alive, and he's wondering where in the world she is at the moment. And Worick's kind of out there looking after him too a little bit before he goes back inside. And then, yeah, we see Alex again in the military jacket. She said it's gotten chilly, and they're at the Poppy Guild complex, and it's really tall, and you kind of see the skyline and everything at night. She's following Nims, and Nims is kind of bossing around, telling her to keep it up, you know, quit stalling. And that's basically the end of the chapter. So yeah, this right here, guys, is the calm before the storm, if you will, as far as this operation goes. And I see Worick, you know, put under the command of the 3rd Destroyers is a good thing, because I think he might make make a lot of surprising decisions at the last minute when all this stuff goes down. I don't know if he's going to help in the aiding or killing the Twilights at all. I don't know if he's going to go along with the plan or not. That remains to be seen, but who knows at this point, man. There's been so many curveballs being thrown at us. And then we got Nicholas Brown, who's recovering from his injuries off that experimental drug Dr. Theo gave him, so a lot is shaking up right now. And really wonder what's going to happen next in the next chapter. So if there's anything I left out, let me know, y'all. Just let me know in the comments, and I'll see what I can do about answering y'all's questions. Anyway, that's it from here. You guys take care. I'm out.